on the newspaper review on the Morning Crossfire.
Only on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Good morning and welcome to the newspaper review on 92.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Sam Oråcle Chinedu. As always, this is where we take the headlines that matter. The Punch, giving us our first. Robbers kill 2 Lagos Okada riders, steal motorcycles. NYC certificate, I'll take steps to redeem my reputation, says Adeoshu. Okay. INEC maintains dead governors, ministers, others on voter register. Buhari ministers, Twitter yet to begin talks on ban. Lagos, Abia, Zamfara, 12 other states, debt jumps to 1.68 trillion naira. Fight banditry, insurgency, not Kanu, Umar tells federal government. National Assembly ignores Southern governors, others defends controversial PIB provisions. Unilori students murder, judge orders lawyers arrest for attacking court. Baptist school students, abductors run out of food. MBC opposes ransom. Available power generation capacity plunges by 3,000 megawatts, Genco's claim. Now let's go over to Vanguard. Insurgency, insecurity worsens Nigeria's health indices, South-South NMA. The NDDC, forensic auditors uncovered 12,128 abandoned projects. That's according to Abarbio. I'll take that again. Forensic auditors uncovered 12,128 abandoned projects. Okay. Lagos East by-election, Supreme Court affirms Abiru's victory, APC hails verdict. Amendment to local government law will boost workers' morale, Ogun Assembly says. Mass defection, Rep urges PDP national chairman to resign. Really? People don't always resign in Nigeria. Resign is an option that almost does not exist. We're not fighting politicians, Uroba Assembly says. PIB, Niger Deltans would not accept 3%. This according to the PFN. Restructuring, there should be a level to every politicking. NBC honors oil magnates, can presidents and others. And finally, thank you for shielding me. The widow of TB Joshua states 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp and Telegram 080-903-06-416. There are 2 rules, 2 beautiful rules. Turn off your radio and please in 60 seconds say all that you have. The second rule is always difficult, but let's see. Maybe Gospel has the capacity. Gospel is calling from HA. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Oråcle Chinedu.
Morning.
Yes, NDDC discovered, forensic has discovered 2,000 or more abandoned projects. I told you earlier that they have used NDDC as a jamboree because it is a cow now that makes the federal government in power. And that NDDC is not helping the people that it's meant for. Look at a lot of projects. Money has been paid and people have embezzled the money. That is Nigeria we are. Why the oil producing are suffering, trying. I don't know whether we will run away from this country. That is the country we are living. Look at what is happening. Things are delaying it. Abadio is there. This one is there. Nothing is happening in River State and other oil producing. I take my leave. Let them continue to rule us in that way. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much. Abine from Abua. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, the issue of child trafficking. I think it's an issue, it's a problem, it's a social problem. And I think there's a connection between this trafficking and insecurity. Because when the children live in this dry circumstance and then come up, I think the option is to indulge in these sharp practices. And then insecurity becomes a problem. I think it's not the issue of even the response team. I want to charge the NAPTIP, to rise up. Because I think it is their duty. You can't wait in the offices, to bring these matters to you. Now, the issue of price, I think in River State, or even in Nigeria, we know that it is affecting families. And the issue is that the increase is geometric. It's not even arithmetic. You buy something in the morning, by the time you go back in the afternoon, it's a different price. I want to charge the traders to help us.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nathaniel from Bonny Island. Good morning, Nathaniel.
Thank you very much. The inline news, in-house news that talk about the annual local government chairman reading the direct acts to those unrepentant courts. I think it's a welcome development. This is the kind of results you get when you have a round bench and round holes. Unlike what it used to be like 3 years ago when we have that childish kind of chairmanship in position in Andon local government where you begin to pay stipends to courts and begging them to repent, even pampering them, and it worsened the situation. Andon local government became a laughing stock to other surrounding local government, and it's a very bad moment for all of us. So for this man now starting this way, encouraging those who actually run away from their communities because of their activities of autism, and they ask them to come back and actually bringing in JTF to actually help the situation. I think it's a welcome development. And for those traditional rulers who actually left their position and begin to take side, I want to tell them now it is the right time for them to sit up and then make sure that those courts who have refused to repent get out of agony. And everybody should sit up now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. George from Buguma, good morning.
Yeah, Sam, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I am looking at Akpabio's position on the regulation of those who have won a contract in NDDC that has been abandoned. Some may say because of no money. And we all know that many of these people, to me, are the enemies of the Niger Delta who will not allow the real position of that commission to come to limelight, because you can see NDDC has been there for how many years. The people of the Niger Delta has never in any way been glorified in what God has given to us. Rather, you see squanderers keep squandering that commission. I also want to look at Secondus to resign. He says it's an option that never exists. It's true, but it is real that Secondus has never recorded any good position since he came into that. You can see the governor, Maimala Puni, of the other ruling party, only take care of the party. Look at the record of success that the man is bringing. People keep defecting, coming to the All Progressive Congress, governors of state and big wigs politicians.
Thank you, George. That's way beyond 1 minute. Again, you and I need to practice time management. 60 seconds is more than enough. Now, I didn't say that resignation is an option that does not exist. My implication was that it's not a popular option. So most Nigerians will not resign from juicy positions. Henry from Nkpolu, good morning.
Yes, Tom Oråcle, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, let me look at the comments by the House of Rep telling Uche Secondus, the national chairman of PDP, to resign based on the mass defection to All Progressive Congress. I think it's a welcome development. Since Uche Secondus has lost his duty, leaving what he needs to do in putting the party in order protesting, I think he needs to resign. In fact, I won't advise him, let him defect and come to APC, because even in the party, he cannot even, in the state, he cannot even represent his people very well. Because when it comes down to the local government, we cannot count on anything being done by the state governor. On the issue of NDDC abandoning 12,000 projects, I think, my brother Sam, if you go to NDDC, you see what contractors are passing through. You don't expect a man to go and loan money from banks to finish a project, and at the end of it, before the man will get his payment, it becomes a problem. My brother Sam, go to NDDC and see what contractors are passing through. You owe them nothing that will abandon the project. So NDDC should change our formula. When a man finishes his job, you go there and at least through the eyes of the check what he has done and pay his money.
All right.
You don't expect the man to spend his money. At the end of it, he will suffer. Sometimes they don't even allow some of them to enter the premises.
Thank you very much, Henry.
Which is very
That's
bad.
as much as I can take. Obunna from Oyibo. I lost our call. Apologies. JJ, good morning from Rumibo.
Yeah, good morning, Sam.
Morning.
I'm Donny Sherman commending the elders and chiefs for giving amnesty. I want to remind him that the federal government has given amnesty to some of these guys. State government has given. Local government before it came has given. Now it's amnesty from the chief. For me, I don't think I support such gesture. I think it's time to take the fight to them and do it the Putin way. Putin said that his duty is to send criminals to God and it's God's duty to forgive. So don't start to do God's work for him. Take them to God and let God determine to forgive them or to take them to wherever he wants to take them. The GDI coordinator, Ogbogoro, saying that Somoa Jakri did not renovate any palace. That reception was held in the palace and it was made a citizen of Ogbogoro, number one first class for that matter. So I think the guy should get his facts right before it comes to spill what is not true. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, it really does seem like JJ is not a forgiving man. He wants to organize a meeting with God, and forgiveness would happen in the afterlife. Interesting. All right, there are many more comments, but there's action on Facebook. Let's get in on that. King David Obasi on Facebook says the law to not pay kidnappers is working. I remember that since those men ran out of food. Okay. Bobby Emmanuel says the Buhari-led administration should unban Twitter. This is not a problem of Nigeria. Also, NDDC should investigate and prosecute everyone who has undone projects. Okay, I'll just keep it to myself, as always. King David Obasi says, I saw that traffic boy at Rumokoro, and it's not just him. There are at least 6 together. It's unfortunate. Could hear food and trafficking is just something else. Prince Julius, good morning. Please, the governor should be aware that after relaxing the curfew, the military personnel still chase us at Oyibo. Are we not part of the entire state? Well, attention needs to be brought to that because it was a lifting of a state-wide curfew. Why Noble, the award that was bestowed on governor by West African Student Union is a well-deserved award, but I pray the governor embarks on recurrent projects as well, so as to balance the equation, because no person will eat go climb flyover. Okay, now person will eat. Oh, I didn't get that right. Okwando from Mboba. Good morning, Okwando.
Yeah, Chinedu, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. I am surprised and totally flabbergasted that states like Abia State and other states that you mentioned in the newspaper headlines, that their debt has piled up to 11 trillion naira. I was thinking that it was only the federal government that is owing money. They are borrowing money. Look at it today. If you go to Abia State, there is no project going on. There is no road. Workers are not being paid. Pensioners are not being paid. What is the governor borrowing the money and using it for? I don't know why, even in the state, when I travel to my village, people don't talk about the bad governance that is going on in the state. Everything that they are talking about is Buhari and the federal government. My brother, I want the governor of Abia State to explain to me now as I'm making this call, why and what he is using this money that he is borrowing from here and there, that has piled up to 11 trillion naira in combination with other states.
All right. Thank you, Okwando. First of all, for the record, it's 1 trillion, not 11. 1.68 trillion. The headline on the Punch reads, Lagos, Abia, Zamfara, and 12 other states. So there are 14 other guys besides Abia, but hey, I understand. Abia might be personal for you. But let me run through that list. as provided by the Punch. Apart from Lagos and Yobe, the other states are Abia, Adamawa, Anambra, Benue, Borno, Imo, Katsina, Niger, Ogun, Ondo, Sokoto, Taraba, and Zamfara. And this was released by the Debt Management Office. Of course, it's a debt they've had since 2015. 1.68 trillion. That's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Temple from Rumumasi. Good morning, Temple.
Good morning, very distinguished. How are you doing this morning?
I'm wonderful.
Court granting bail to father of 4 accused of raping and robbing young women in Port Harcourt. Distinguished. I think this is the reason why sometimes police shouldn't parade suspects. Because you look at this, most of these cases, they don't have any evidence to put the accused. And when these matters come up in court, they suffer what I call meningitis. I think for me, those of them who brought this matter to court should take appropriate steps. At least is very much important. And bandits of Baptist school about run out of school or run out of food stuff. Distinguished oracle. I think at this point in time, the federal government need to be sincere and come into this matter. At least to rescue those students before they die out of hunger. It's very much important. And stop playing all these abracadabra as far as Nnamdi Kalu's case is concerned. We have other personal issues affecting us in this country. Thank you.
Okay, well, I would argue, Temple, the bigger threat is dying by the bandits. But, well, hunger seems to be another one. But, hey, the odds are against the students. And it's not nice. All they've done is to be citizens of this country. Dolphin from Iboiche. Good morning, Dolphin.
Good morning, my dear presenter.
Go ahead.
I pay for the market women. So we need to split them. When $1 is 500 naira, what do they expect? Tell them the position of our naira. The naira represents a country. A country, at least, when we talk of a country, they use currency. Our currency is nothing. And it is worth the country. Inflation will continue. So that naira continues to fall. What our government doing? Naira was stronger than dollar before. But today, you can't see 500 naira before it's just $1. Please, educate them that the inflation is caused by the people ruling us, not by the people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dolphin. And, well, there's something about your name that I like. Dolphin. Interesting. Engineer Godson says the hike in price of foodstuff in markets is becoming something else. And this is on Facebook. The funny part is River State government authorities responsible for regulating the price, silent. Everyone is talking about politics and the masses are suffering. God help us. Thank God at Weibu, Senate approved supplementary budgets to boost military. We're yet to see the significant impact of the 2021 budget, and Mr. President is coming out with a supplementary budget. Well, he didn't come out with it. Ambassador Lawrence, secondus is not the problem, but rep members are our problem because they all are joining the APC because they've all stolen. Ha! Ambassador Lawrence, there is problem. Well, my question is, if there's mass defection from a party to another, do we blame the party chairman? I don't know. I think that's an angle that we all need to consider. Maybe speak with the party chairman. What's going on? OG from the airport, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Chinedu.
Morning.
Yes, I'm ashamed of the aspect of now coming to say a very good thank you to the governor based on what he has done. The best aspect when it comes to structure-wise in schools. I wonder if they really passed through primary and secondary school. They should ask themselves that question. How are the state or states of this primary and secondary school? For me, it's not a welcome development. Somebody should not just sit down in his house because the governor has visited you and given you 1 million or 10,000. Then you come home to see things that are not on board. Let me go straight to also say that the prices in the market, Chinedu, you need to go to the market. I'm a single man, a bachelor. I know how much I buy things, Chinedu. Everything is expensive. And up to now, No government official, not even the nurse that has come out to say anything. What they do is hailing, praising. May God help Rivers State. Thank you very much.
All right, OG, even though I have you have your opinions and reservations as to people being grateful, blaming it on, I don't know, the way you put it, it's not just right. Now, you may not agree with it. There are lots of things I don't agree with. But we should understand that people have opinions and positions. Respect that, disagree in a civil manner, but not insult. Logoman from HA, good morning.
Sam Oråcle, good morning.
Good morning.
Lugaman calling from HA.
Go ahead.
Yes, ethnicity is bringing us backward by the governor. Yeah, I totally agree with the governor because looking at the project is executing in Rivers State since 2015 to today, all are in his community, Obiabo and Falga. Looking at the last flyover too, are in his community. When we talk, he said we should go and die. That is exactly what he's saying. Because had he been this governor is not ethnicical, he wouldn't have been executing majority of the project in Obiabo. Look at my own local government, Ete. Only one project has been commissioned in Ete, Okumoye Road. Are we not at River State? So his statement for me is correct. The people asking Uche Secondus to resign, for me, Uche Secondus is doing well in PDP, and I expected PDP people to support him. I know PDP is a sinking ship. Even though Uche Secondus resign, PDP will still go nowhere. Thank you, Lugaman, for me.
Okay. Lugaman sounds like the man with the nail for the coffin. And once he nails it, that's the end. Let's go over to WhatsApp. 13-year-old boy rescued at Oråcle flyover. Family planning and bearing children in accordance with the economic strength of couples are key factors in eliminating child trafficking with its associated consequences. Amadi David, truer words were never spoken. I'm a big advocate for this. Good morning, Sam. As I listened to that traffic boy narrate his experience, tears flowed down my eyes. I'm effeminate that way, if you like. Why is there so much evil in the world, Sam? Why can't we be all brothers and sisters? Keepers, Newton Akira. Newton, I feel like what you've written here is a song. You need to get to the studio and record it. I have no idea, but we must live with it and let the forces of good overcome evil. The high rate of child abuse in the States is becoming worrisome and a thing of concern. I don't understand what people gain in abusing children. May God help us. Christian Williams from Iboiche. And Chibu Johnson says, 13-year-old boy that sleeps under Rumokoro Bridge as a result of maltreatment from the ward. This is unfortunate and calls for proper investigation and prosecution. Mofasa from NTA Road is on the phone. Good morning, Mofasa.
Yeah, hi, Sam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, okay, let me commend the Andoni local government chairman. I think it's a very strong move because I've always maintained that most of these, court boys, these troublemakers, they are not bigger than the decision of states. It depends on how, they are committed, the strong will that whoever the local government chairman is willing to, combat these people. So I think it's a good one. Let us see what will happen from here because if you come out to say that you're not going to pay these boys, you're going to handle this matter as a leader to ensure that criminality is completely stamped out of your local government, it's going to work. Then lastly, Sam, the young man who responded to Ambassador Solomon Jacques visit to Bogoro, in as much as you may not agree with the position of the matter, the kind of language that we use these days, to me, it is very, very inappropriate. But because they use words like, I'll let you warn him not to come to Bogoro. If the ambassador comes to Bogoro tomorrow, I going to arrest him or pick him up. Let us, let us be guided when we want to, begin to make statements, in public domain. So to me, that young man has not done well, as the GDI coordinator or leader, whatever it is. Okay, that's my position. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mufasa, for sharing your position. NDDC audit report, 12,800 abandoned projects. Serial, I need to get that number again so we don't add abandoned projects to the already existing one we're dealing with. What the Vanguard reports is 12,128, not 12,800. And this, of course, is according to Akpabio. We'll have to look further into it to understand how and why. But moving on with your comments, the abandoned projects. So who knows how much has gone into their pockets? PIB host communities reject 3%. For God's sake, what is 3% and who takes the rest? Well, if you study the bill, you will understand what goes where and why people are dissatisfied with what goes where. Mao Laborer on Facebook says the Senate has done more harm than good for Nigerians. We are tired of their approval of every loan from Mr. President. Let them not sell this country before the expiration of their tenure. Now, that's not going to happen, but let's imagine that the country is sold, because I like to imagine like that. Who would you prefer as your buyer? Would you want to wake up one morning and not bear the name Nigerian instead? Okay, I'll just leave it there. Where it belongs, imagination. Roundface says, robbers killed 2 Okada riders and carried their bikes. It's a bad news. But this is what is happening in Obiakpo and Choba. From Choba to Rumokorum axis. People dressed in army uniform and snatch bikes from Okada riders. For the past 1 month, they've snatched more than 11 bikes. Okay, Roundface, we're only going to report what's been confirmed. I'm not saying this is not true, but, well, investigation will follow. Hopefully. Let's go over to Facebook. I beg your pardon, WhatsApp. Rivers community protest over EFCC harassment and intimidation. The EFCC should beam their searchlight on PHED. Their multiple billing system is appalling and crazy. Can you believe? They disconnected us just because we refused to pay their multiple bills after paying the month. This is unacceptable and will be resisted. Comrade Himado Charles says, increase in food price could be attributed to many factors. Wickedness of man. That's the first factor he lists. Food like Gary produced in River State is costly than Gary from Enugu in the market. Fagabo Cliff. Okay. I'm sincerely delighted at the good intention of the chairman of Obiakpo to revive the education sector through a scholarship scheme for both masters and PhD. Owukio from Edo says, and what must be my final comment? Those involved in dehumanizing the little boy who sleeps under Rumokoro flyover should be brought to book to serve as a warning to others. Raphael Einda. Alright, interesting things happen on the Morning Crossfire. One of many is that the guys from sports will keep you updated with what's happening in that world. And coming back at 8, bandits requesting food. That's a new level to banditry. We're going to be exploring all the options available for that to happen in a beautiful country like Nigeria at 8 o'clock. Don't go anywhere.